It's Tuesday night. It's 8 o'clock. You know what time it is. It's time to talk about that fantastic plastic right here on Play for Keeps the show. My name's Off the Cuff Tom, Dirt Initiative's pop culture connoisseur, and it is the road to Toy Fair. That's right. Make sure you're following along on all of our social medias. I am posting up daily toy reviews. I am unboxing. I am unwrapping. I am unripping. I am testing all these fantastic figures, just getting the hype train going to New York Toy Fair. And I will be there all 4 days starting on Valentine's Day. Now, again, don't forget, we did do our sweetheart swap last week. So if you're still trying to figure out what to get that special someone, got some ideas over there for you. Now, if anybody had any pickups this week, this is the time we usually talk about it. And I got one that we don't usually talk about Funko Pops on here for a very simple reason. And it's a very big subject, and there's so many IPs and merchandising. And I kind of wish I had my video ready of my little setup I have. Hold on a second. Let's do the magic of editing. Like I've said before, we really don't talk about Funko on here unless, we're just collecting for our own personal thing. So I'm going to show you a quick little video. This is my own personal collection. These are right in my kitchen. We collect food figures, and some of them make sense, some of them don't. Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff. But the newest one that I got, and you saw it right there at the beginning, I got Powdered Toast Man. I mean, it's Powdered Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy. I was really happy to get this. Again, it's very rare for me to find a particular food figure nowadays. Again, I'm going to put that video back up so you'll see a lot of these figures might be related to a certain movie or a franchise, like the Coke can or the Five Below, mystery minis, Reuben from Stitch, the adult Happy Meals from that episode that we covered before. So there's some interesting things that's going on, but that's all the news it's to me. So let's maybe talk about... I'm telling you, my editors just love the fact of cutting me off when I'm talking about this. So toy news is going to be really light because this whole episode is kind of toy news and kind of what's the hype that we're talking about here. So big things came out from Super 7, and that's kind of going to be the main gist that I'm talking about here. But we've got from Super 7, not just, we've got 4 franchises they've announced that they're going to be doing collabs with. First and foremost, we've got MTV. Now, how do we do Super 7 and MTV? This asked a lot of questions, especially of me, because I am, honest to goodness, weeks older than MTV. That's right. I am that old of a millennial. Do we do things as far as maybe fun renditions of the old MTV logos back when they were done in claymation? Do we do things like maybe bring up some Liquid Television type characters out of the vault into Super 7, a little Eon Flux? Do we do real world characters? Have we seen, and I say characters loosely, folks, because they're all wonderful people. True story. So there's a lot of room here. Do we do the VJs? Like, are we going to get NBC news anchor Carson Daly back with his old TRL with his painted fingernails the way he did? Again, more power to you, my friend. Are we going to get Dave Holmes? Or there's so many options at MTV. Like, are we going to, can we get remote control? I would love to have remote control figures. That would be awesome. Especially for like you younger guys who have no idea who a lot of these actors are that you have nowadays. Like Mike O'Malley, he was the host of Remote Control. I would love to see that. There's a lot of play around here. Now, speaking of playing around, not only do we have MTV, but we're going to switch to another decade, and we're going to talk about some Furby. Now, how is Super 7 going to do Furby? Are we going to get special designs? You know, Furby is an interactive toy, and Super 7, we just swap out parts and pieces. So how do they incorporate Furby is going to be a very, very good question. Um, you know, are we going to have a little smart toy out of it? Are we not? Are we going to have particular fan favorite figures? I don't know. So keeping in that same pinkish route, we're going to head a little bit over a rainbow, and we're going to talk about our friends from My Little Pony. Now, big thing here, folks. Take a look at this particular My Little Pony logo. So everybody out here, I'm going to draw the line in the sand. We're going to get some 80s ponies. That's right. As much as friendship is magic and Rainbow Dash makes everything 20% cooler, I'm going to have to say that this one's going to be a throwback. So I would love to see like an old school Spike would be a really great figure to be in there. There's a lot of great play around here. And if Super 7 sticks with some of the other franchises from the 80s, like I would love to see some Rainbow Brights, some Care Bears. I think what Super 7 does when they really put their heart into some of these older franchises, they do very, very well. And speaking of kicking it back to the 80s, we're going to talk about the Warriors of Light, the Visionaries. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is a big deal. Mickey and I have talked about this in the past, and what I am hoping, praying, I will spend the extra money, because this is one of those times where Super 7 figures, which can be on a little pricier side unless you know you're a devout collector, this is where they're going to draw the line. And I want to use the example of the Silverhawks. They've done 2 runs of the Silverhawks. Why? They did their first run of Silverhawks, and they were very matte and they were very bland, because honestly, they screwed that up. And that's why they had come back and did the Silverhawks with the full chrome, which they should have done in the first place. Just saying. So when it comes to the Visionaries, they have an opportunity to go pull out of the history books, the amazing holographic art and talent and skit and, you know, tooling, however the heck they did it back then, to get those great holograms on those figures. They'll make the figures just fine. They got to get the holograms right. And if they don't, then they're just wasting their time and our money. But Super 7, I wish you the best of luck. These are 4 major IPs. A lot of big stakes here, and I really want to see you guys succeed on this one. Now, obviously, with it being Toy Fair coming up, I am going to hang out with my friends from the Nacelle Company and Nacelle Toys. They just recently they gave it away. We're going to get a real-life bridge set for Star Trek, the original, those old scientists, TOS. Now, if you take a look, we do have Spock right there with the engineering section. And why do I say section? Well, that's because we are going to get a fully circular U.S. Enterprise NCC 1701 bridge. This is going to be 110 scale. So this will scale with your particular figures. It will have every single piece as if you were going around the OG bridge. There has been no mention yet on pricing or pre-orders. On top of that, we do really want to mention the fact that, you know, the Nacelle Company has done so well being extremely transparent with what's going on in regards to their quality control. And again, I want to give them the major amount of kudos, the largest round of applause we absolutely can give them, because it's here, applause. So again, round of applause to them for what they're doing over there and being so transparent. I've seen a lot of feedback from folks out in the community. They're doing wrong, but the fact that they're not just throwing the figures out there and saying, oh, well, too bad, so sad, taking the time, redoing it, quality controlling with more quality control on top of it means the world, because these are figures from fans for fans. I will say that till I'm blue in the face. From fans for fans. So I can't wait to see what's going on with them and what's in the box. What's in the box at New York Toy Fair? I think we're going to get finally reveal what that 2 set was that we talked about during New York Comic Con. So that's really everything we've got going on in toy news. Now, the reason we're here tonight is we're talking about the upcoming New York Toy Fair. It's going to be February 14th to 17th at the Jacob K. Javits Center in New York City. Yours truly will be down there representing Nerd Initiative. This will be the first time that we as Nerd Initiative have been down there for the show. I'm going to be covering as much as I possibly can. And so we've already got going on right now, because of our daily toy reviews that we've been doing, the hashtag Road to Toy Fair. So make sure, everybody, that if you catch anything as far as Nerd Initiative is concerned, and especially with us going to Toy Fair, make sure you tag Nerd Initiative and hashtag Road to Toy Fair. Once we're there, it's going to be NI at Toy Fair. Either way, we're going to just run that hype train and let them know that Nerd Initiative is there. And when we play for keeps. See, I cut it in there a little early today. So what are some of the things that I'm looking forward to going down there? You know, this is a little bit of an anecdotal one for today. So I do have a few companies lined up, ready to go. We've got some things I'm not going to give away. Obviously, Nacelle, we're going to go see. Kayou, we're going to talk to them again. If you followed along New York Toy Fair 2024, I did get a chance to go talk to my friends at Bandai. I know we've got something working out with them. There's another franchise, another company with an IP that goes back to when I was a child. I am not going to give away what that one is, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to offer at the show. So going around, just talking about the different IPs that we have done here on the show before, some of the things I'm looking forward to. So let's start off with Bandai. All right. I would love to see what they're doing, particularly with Kamen Rider Zets. If you're not familiar, Kamen Rider Zets is now the first simulcast Kamen Rider series out of Japan. It worldwide every single Saturday at 9 o'clock Pacific time in the US, and you can watch it completely subbed. And I want to see what they're going to do with that. A few years ago at New York Comic Con, they had this huge Kamen Rider thing. It was great. It filled my heart as a Power Ranger fan, because I have always said that Kamen Rider is Power Ranger's cooler older cousin. That's it. It's not the gritty darkness that everybody likes to go with. It's the cooler older cousin, because this is still a series for 10-year-olds. But in the Japanese market, 10-year-olds, they try to give them a very interesting, hey, let's look at this type of thing. The stories can be heavier, but it's still there to sell toys. That's why a Kamen Rider has about 14 different forms at this point. Why? Because it's merchandising. So I'd like to see that from Bandai. I would love to see something new from their Dragon Ball lines, especially, we have the new series that came out this past year. I would like to see what's coming on with that. As far as the Gundam Universe line, also from Bandai, I'm interested to see. I would love to see more G Gundam. Give me more G Gundam. I'd like to see the rest of the Endless Waltz figures as well. I was able to at least get one of them, the Death Scythe, again, review here on the Nerd Initiative YouTube channel. And I did get the custom Wing Zero. I didn't get Wing Zero, or the Endless Waltz Zero. So I'm interested to see how they're still doing and incorporating that. I really think that G Gundam would appeal to some of us elder millennials, because God knows I do not want to have to go out and buy an old Shenlong Gundam and it looks all wonky against the rest of them. Keep going around. We're going with the big companies. All right, trust me, I'm going to go by and say hi to as many folks as I possibly can. Mattel. We've gotten so much stuff from Mattel this past week with the new Master of the Universe trailer. I cannot wait to see what they're going to do in the classic line, the masterpiece line. Whatever's going on with Revolution, who knows? Tim Sheridan, give me a call. I want to know. I was actually talking to Tim earlier this week, but we're not going to mention that link. Somewhere on the blow your mind. But Mattel, I really want to see what they can be doing as far as He-Man is concerned. Jack Specific, I know they do a lot of great figures like Sonic, and they got a lot of stuff. I want to see what's coming out with Squishmallows. Lego's going to be there. God knows Matt's all super jealous because the Legos is going to be there. Playmates has the rights to Power Rangers, and I know that we just showed the preview a few weeks ago when Lauren was on talking about the Kaiju Rangers from the Godzilla versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers crossover. I really want to see these because based on the reignition line that I've seen in stores from Playmates, I have not really been impressed. Are these Kaiju Rangers, like I've said before, going to be the first in the adult collectors line? I don't know, because I've seen some pictures and images and I'm not sure really where we're at for that. So there's a little bit of hesitation going there. I'd love to see what Thrilljoy's got coming out. Brian, again, hey, give me a call. We'll rip some more packs. There's a lot of other great things. Funko, if I can get near the booth, I will. This being a particular type of convention that's industry only, I'm really interested to see what the flow at the Javits Center is. I've gone to New York Comic-Con this 6 years in a row so far, and it's a very different experience because over 250,000 people show up in 4 days in that buildings. And I have been there before they had the big edition, and now since they've put on everything with all the different floors on the other side. So to see what it's going to be like as an industry only function is really interesting, to say the least. Again, there's going to be so many wonderful, huge things going on, whether it's Loyal Subjects or Best Action, which is again from Loyal Subjects, or all the other little subclasses and genres. NECA, call me. We've got so much to talk about with Turtles. I really want to see what you guys have coming up. You've turned me over this past year when I got the Turtles and Universal. I'm interested. So, hey, have your people call my people. If not, just have your people call my people. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff going on. And again, we are going to be heading back over. If you saw the interview that we did during New York Comic-Con, we did talk to our fine friends over at Kayou. That's right. The Chinese trading card collectible company is coming back to New York for New York Toy Fair. And in celebration of that, they sent over a few of their cards, as a matter of fact. So I figured, what is the best possible way to hype them up right before New York Toy Fair, but to rip these bad boys open? Now I have 3 packs, and I'm going to open them in order of how well I know the franchise, which I know I'm the pop culture connoisseur, but sometimes there's things where I only have the little pinky in, but there's other franchises that I know everything about. So we're going to start off with Tokidoki, and then we're going to, Rasengan over into the Naruto, and believe it or not, the one I'm most familiar with is My Little Pony. I had the opportunity to meet Miss Tara Strong while I was there at the New York Comic-Con. Got a great picture. I do have a card somewhere floating around here with her signature on it, and I got to get that sleeved. Yeah, I'm one of those collectors. But then again, it's that post-con exhaustion that comes along with it. So here we go. Open it up. Pack number 1 from Tokidoki and Kayou. So what's nice is they come in these great, cardboard sleeves. They're really well manufactured because inside, on top of it, I guess it's the first time we're doing a live unboxing on an episode. Everything is nice and it's sleeved out, and I'm an idiot because apparently it has a pull tab on it. I'm so excited. And you can pull out the card pack right underneath it, which is glued in. So I don't know what the point is of having the rip if it's still glued in, because it gets stuck. Either way. And then what's nice is that on the back of these, you're going to see the production date, which I think is really cool that they add that on there. So if you take a look, like the Naruto, these were done on August 28th of this past year. So these ones were done back in September. So this was just right before Comic-Con. So let's start off with Tokidoki Wonder Voyage collectible cards. Now, the great thing about that I saw with the Kayou cards is they take the care into the production of the cards. And what I mean by that is some cards are on a really heavy cardstock. Some of them are on a vinyl. Some of them, are translucent, transparent. So they're not your average cards that you get. These are collectibles for the sake of being collectibles themselves, not, hey, gotta catch them all kind of idea. I mean, yeah, you want to catch them all, but No, these are really, really nice cards. So starting off, we have Dulce, a cute little card. Now, again, I'm not entirely sure about who all these characters are. And then on the back, sincerity is your superpower. I like how they got the little sprinkles and everything, and you got the Kayou and the Tokidoki up there. So you know exactly which brand. Then we've got Dreamer. And Dreamer, look at that. Yeah, there's a little bit of foil on here, trying to give it a little shine and shimmer. And then remember, Dreamer reminds you, it's just one step at a time. After that, we have mozzarella with milk. I'm wondering if these little symbols up here are rarity. I have to look that one up. And then we've got, you got to go for it. And we've got Sandy, and this one has a lot going on here. We've got several different colors of shimmer and shine and sparkle in there. And what's nice is that there are different textures in here, different finishes of the paint. And not only that, still have the holographics if you look, on there. I like it. I wonder what the deal is, why there's a barcode on here. There's, again, a lot of questions. Now, like I said, they make vinyl cards as well. There we go. Right there. Now, there's nothing on the back. And the reason they make these is when you take a character like Sugarina, who I'm just holding up here, all right, one of our rock music stars, well, let's put her on stage just a little bit. So you can put them together and give them a little frame. I like this. This is such a great idea. Again, a fantastic idea. This has a TR on it, so again, these are rarities. I think when I'm done this pack, I'm going to pull up what the rarities are. But yeah, this is cute. I like this. And then we've got an SRs, so I'm assuming these are super rares. And we have Sandy again, who was on the last card. And, everything, it's all Oishi. I like it. And then last but not least, we have Teddy Freeze. There's a very light amount of sparkle on this, which I like because it's much different than, say, the type of sparkle that we got on this. So they're putting the effort into the cards to give you different textures, to give you something that draws the eye. So I'm going to try and sparkle these just a little tiny bit. But yeah, there's a lot of big chunky sparkles up in here. And this is a really nice, fine one. So yeah, give me just 1 second, and I'm going to pull up a list of exactly what the rarity on these cards are. Okay, so jumping back in, this is how I got them now in order of rarity. So it's R's first. Now we're doing the Tokidoki line specifically. R, then it's going to be SR, I'm assuming super rare, and then SR, then TR, then SSR, which again, it's kind of hard to see because there's all the foil on there and metallic. And then it's the last one is CR. So that's what I got in the Tokidoki pack. So I'm going to use that as my litmus test for what the heck rarity is. I jumped down the rabbit hole. So, Naruto. All right. Let's get a little Hidden Leaf Village power going on in here. See what we can do. All right, rip that bad boy open. Again, if you've got the rip on there, why do you need the glue? It's well secure. Yeah. Here we go. Oof. All right. And again, I'm not sure if like other card packs, you're supposed to open it up and then shuffle this and like Pokemon cards so you get your rare or your hollow at the end. I'm just opening these up and going for it. So this is Series 1 of the Naruto cards. I have heard that there are some massive collectors out there. I think that these are going to be in... Yes, they are. These are in order. So, starting off, we have a rare. That's right. Now, specific spots and stories, I'm not sure. This is Demon in the Snow. We've got the Broken Seal. Again, an R on that. Up next, we've got... Okay, some of these foils make it a little hard to see on here. But yeah, we've got the Hiruzen Saratobi. I know this one. It's Sasuke Uchiha. You can't go wrong there. And with the SSR on there, so super, super rare. Followed up by Zambuza Momochi. I'm sorry, I never got that far in Naruto, folks. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. 1010 UR, I'm assuming ultra rare. And I like how we've got the two different styles on here. It's really nice. Like I said, these are nice, thick, heavy cards. And then we've got these great portraits. These are straight captures from the show itself. There is, not that I can see, because I'm blind as heck as well. You know, we have to have mood lighting. If there's any rarity on these. But I know that these ones were going a little bit higher than most. Yeah, these are nice. These are gorgeous, nice, heavy. There is still some foil in there. You can see their headbands shining there. Obviously, Rock Lee, he's got his right there with those famous weighted boots. What an episode that was when they finally took them off. Now it's time for a little bit of magic. That's right, folks. It's My Little Pony. Everybody, here we go. We're hoping that I'm going to get a little Rainbow Dash. Life's going to be 20% cooler. I'm looking forward to this. So here we go. Don't worry, I'm a trained professional to do this. Starting off, I think it's hilarious that the rare card to start off with is Rarity. Up next, we've got Zebra Pony, Zecora. Very pretty. I like that one. Again, we've got right there the one and only, why do I know her name, but it's very hard to see it. Starlight Glimmer. It's very fine right here. You can see it if you're really looking hard. Yes, I am 20% cooler. I got Rainbow Dash. I got Rainbow Dash. Yes, I am very happy for Rainbow Dash. As an SR card. Up next, we've got... Oh, now this is when they started doing these little extra lines. Rarity, and it's done as the 5 of Diamonds. Again, you can take a look on Nerd Initiative's Kayou New York Comic Con, where I had all these cards up on display. This is beautiful. I like that. And this is so rare or uncommon. There's no symbol as to what it is. So I have to look this one up. After that, Pinkie Pie. Again, really nice. This is one of their music ones. And if you put all the cards next to each other, I believe certain particular runs of them have a theming. You can actually put them all together. Ooh. Ooh. Whoa. I'll be back to that. And of course, if you can't have My Little Pony without Princess Twilight Sparkle. This is beautiful the way it's done. I like this. It's got nice shimmer on the outside. And if you take a look, see that really fine hollow there where there's a little bit of glitter in there as well. Again, this is a LSR Princess Twilight Sparkle. That is, let me check because I've got my listing here. No, that one is for the Tokidoki. I don't have the list for My Little Pony. So I'm assuming limited, special, rarity. Again, Kayou, you need to put a legend out for these. I'm sorry. Hopefully we can get a better idea. And then lastly, we have another portrait card. This is called Tit for Tat. Wow. Like this has lenticular in it. It has hollow in it. It has, my goodness. When was the last time you saw a lenticular card that moves? I gives it that sense of depth. I love this. My goodness, friendship is magic, and I just found it on this card. But seriously, folks, there's so much stuff that we're going to be covering down there. I'm going to be covering down there at New York Toy Fair, and I can't wait for you to come all along. So make sure that you're going to be following along here for New York Toy Fair. And how do you do that? Well, you make sure that you hit that subscribe button, then ding the thing and make it ring to get those bell for notifications, then smack that thumbs up to let Michael, the GEO, know that I'm doing my job and I'm doing it well. Again, this is Tuesday. It is a 2 for Tuesday. So these two figures right here from RoboForce from the Nacelle Company, make sure to come back on here and rewatch that fantastic toy review that's going to be up, and all the toy reviews at the hashtag Road to Toy Fair right here on Nerd Initiative. Once again, my name's Off the Cuff Tom. It's a pleasure having you. And as a wise man once said, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Make sure that when you play for keeps.